Hi lads, this video is going to go through a recap on what we did in last class where we inscribed and circumscribed a cube. So the first thing to do is we draw our cube, so our elevation plan in view is going to appear as a square each time. So for this one here, I'm going to set my XY line. So that's there, and I'm going to give my side lengths of my cube to be 50 mil. So the exact same as what we did in class. So based on my elevation plan in view, they're all going to appear as squares. I'm going to keep a good bit of a gap in between to allow for the position of the circumscribed sphere. And take my lines at 45 degrees then to get my end view there. And just take my lines up like that there and across. So I'll just zoom in a little bit there so you can see. So there we have the elevation plan and end view of the cube. So to inscribe, it's very simple. What we just do is join our diagonals from our centre, take a line down, and that will give us our radius there. And then I can just use my compass then to draw in the radius of the sphere. It's going to inscribe it, so fit on the inside of this cube here. So there's our elevation. It's going to appear this exact same way in plan. And then in our end view as well. So take our height across and step in that distance there for the halfway point. And there we have our sphere that now inscribes the cube, so basically fitting inside our elevation plan in view. To find it when we circumscribe it, we need to take our long diagonal. So it was shown in the SolidWorks model that I was showing you in class. So a long diagonal, if we just draw maybe a sketch here just to show it. If I just get a cube like this here, just like that there. A long diagonal would be, for example, if we connected this front corner here with that back corner there. That would be a long diagonal. Another would be, for example, if we connected this front corner here with that back corner there. That would also be another long diagonal. So I can take, for example, just using the colour to show it, just take green. I can join, for example, the idea of this one here, where the bottom front corner connects to the back top left corner. Just like that there. So you can see there, that point is that one there, and this point is that point there. And in plan you can see it's the back left here, and this point here, at the front right there. And that's basically the elevation plan of our long diagonal. What we need to do is draw an auxiliary view of that to see it as a true length. If we get it as a true length for that line there, from there to there, we get the halfway point. That will give us the radius of our, our circumscribed sphere. That's going to touch off all the outside corners then as a result. So we take an auxiliary view, looking in perpendicular. So extend our lines out perpendicular to that line there. So that's 45 degrees, that's going to be 45 degrees. What we do is draw our new XY line. And as you just zoom out a bit so you can actually see the rest of it. That's my X and Y1 line. And I always take my distances from 2 views back. So stepping across from my X1 and Y1 to my plan is 1 view. Going from my XY line up into my elevation is 2 views back. So for example, this point here, it's on the ground already. So I can mark that there. This point here is up this height. I can mark that off there. And I connect those together. That gives me the true length of my long diagonal. And just showing that in colour again. And just marking that quite clearly. So TL for true length of long diagonal. What I can then do is I can bisect that line there. And that'll give me the radius of my sphere that is going to circumscribe the cube. That distance there. And you can see it doesn't look like it's touching any of the corners there, but we know from the SOLIDWORKS model that we can clearly see when we look in a certain way we can actually see that it is touching off the corners. And that will be seen in the auxiliary view. And even though I didn't ask you to actually draw that, I can just show you it as well. So that's our elevation plan in view. And just to show you how it would appear in the auxiliary view. So what I can do is take out all my corners here. So what I'm going to do is take the heights of my 4 sides there. So the heights are going to stay the same. The height is going to go there. And I look in this direction here. I can see this view of the cube. What I can do as well is I can draw my inscribed sphere. So you can see when we look in this way, we're not going to see it touching any of the sides because we've changed our view slightly. But we can see it still touches the top and the bottom faces, so it's going to touch the 2 side faces as well. And what we can do then as well is we can take the radius of a larger sphere and find that in the auxiliary view, passes through our edges there, proving that we've inscribed and circumscribed the sphere. I'm just marking my XY line, and hopefully that video helps anybody who was unsure of that earlier on in class.